ourselves. We don't import things. We want to create our own things and then we export. And that's what happened. Because of that suffering, that what happened, they start to create everything by themselves. And in the end, when you look at today, they take over the world. So when it's electronical, they are top one. When it's technology, because of course they are top one. When it's industry, technique, they are the top one. Why? Because of they say, I don't give a shit about Europe or any country or any person in this world. I don't give a shit about nobody. Now I'm give a shit about myself. We are give a shit about our country, how we can develop. Now we are not listening to nobody. Now we are not following to nobody. That's why they start from crash. So because of that thinking, that knowledge, they start from crash. They don't need to look at someone driving big car or plane. They don't care. They say, what do we have in our country? We're going to create that, and then we're going to develop that. And that's what they did. And it's nothing to discuss about. That's why they develop. That's why they come. I'm just finishing very quick. That's why they come, they get this power they have today. So that's why I'm saying again, the African problem is that African always think that they cannot survive without a white man. African think that they cannot survive without Chinese. African think that they can never survive without Arab. Because always we support the Arab, we support the Chinese, we support the white people. How? Because even the leaders, when they come, when we choose them, they come to power, they take in the country resource or the country money, they go to spend in Europe. So, and all this because, and every leader also when he come, instead taking it easy to say, okay, now we gonna look what we have in our country, the little things we have, the little resources we have, we're gonna develop that and to make it bigger. No one thinking that. When someone come to power, instead to sit in the country and then discuss with his own people, how we gonna develop, how we gonna make example agriculture, how we gonna start small factory. No, they don't do that. They take plane, they start going round the world. Today to China, next to Hong Kong, next to Saudi Arabia, next in America. What they're doing there? What they're doing there? Even that, I mean, that going round the world, 24 hours. That money, even that money, should support their own country. They could do something with that money instead of go around. But when they go around also, it's a question. Nobody know what they do, and people know even because they go begging money. Like begging money, go talk in their office, this, then they're gonna beg money. Sometimes they go get a little donation, and sometimes they borrow money, which even the country itself, they don't know that they have been borrowing money. People will discover when they resign. So, and then this donation, they think that they can go to Saudi Arabia, they give them money for free. And they think that they can go to Europe and the Europeans give them money for free. Or they think that they can go to China, the Chinese give them money for free. No, that's not true. That's nonsense. That's not true. No one can give somebody money for free. Why someone can take money, he can work hard and then get that money and give it to you? Why you don't work for yourself? Why you don't go, you look the little money you have and you see how you can create that? Why you throw in that and you're looking for somebody's money big? You think that you can get that money free. You fool yourself, because when anyone gives you money, that one, he will give you a condition sooner or later. It's like a trap. And when you go in the trap, you will not get out. So that's why I'm telling you people, that we have to stop thinking to say you're waiting for God and this kind of thing, because that one, if you're thinking that, it's the same. It's the same.
Nobody's saying that we wait.
Yeah, exactly. Because we cannot say, we suffer, but one day, Jesus will come. No, I don't want to listen to that.
Of course,
he come, but it's too late, because how many millions of years are you waiting for him? Why you don't work?
We are not talking that
you have to work. You don't need to wait for Jesus. You have to wait for yourself, help yourself, and then don't wait for Jesus or wait to anyone.
You don't understand the psychology that they use to break us down. That's what you don't get.
No, but we don't love each other. Then it's easy for them to do.
Let me come Let me come with some.
Professor, you've been saying some things that I want to remind you that you said that the Swedes were actually
not even the same.
Yeah, they were actually having a very hard time in this country, and they went to America to find either knowledge or some money to come back and rebuild their country.
No, not to find knowledge. They went to, because when you have a problem in your country, then you emigrate, you ask
but they were
some survival.
No, but they
not knowledge.
You know, that story we all read it. They went there to make a better life.
True.
And when you want to make better life, it means also you have to acknowledge yourself. You have to have more creation. You have to learn from that country where you are. So I can say that the answer is here. We are the children of Africa, and we came from 30-something years ago. So it is our responsibility now. What the Swedes did in those years to come back and rebuild their country with that idea and the knowledge, the little money that they have, they put things together, and they even wake their own people up, because that by then the Europeans were not as aware as the Americans. So let me say, this responsibility come back to us as an Africans. We came here for a mission, and this mission we have to complete it. That's why we are talking to our people. Let them know we will feed them with the knowledge that we have, and also let them know that before you and I get ready to come back and help them, so let them be aware of their enemies. And this is why we are saying the Chinese are still people who we will point out, because they are already out there and we are not prepared yet to go and defend our continent. So that's why, Professor, please talk to other professors, and myself, I will talk to my fellows that I knew, so that we have to repatriate to go and defend our land, which is Africa.
To be honest, I give you 5 for that, because I think we are very close to each other. Because myself, and after that, we have to wake up. And this one we have been singing all life, but still we are not to wake up in. But to me, because me and Kwame, we have been discussing. One day we was sitting, we said, "Oh my God, what is the problem? What is the African problem? African problem, if you look at, the whole nations, the whole country, the whole, other nations, as I say again, tribe, or, continent, always, when you talk about poor, Africa is too poor. When you talk about knowledge, Africa is less knowledge. When you talk about understanding, Africa is, they don't understand, they get it.
You remember last time we were talking about if you live in Africa, what kind of mentality you have towards even you who lives here.
Exactly.
Your people who live in Africa, how do they see you? By economically, by different from them, by thinking that you have another mentality.
Exactly.
So the reason why Africans inside Africa cannot liberate themselves, but we who are here, either our kids or ourselves, we have already learned what technique these people use, what kind of psychology they use. For me now, if I sat with the white person, I can read his way of looking at me. I can read if he likes me or he's angry about me. I can, this body language will show me all that. But for an African man, when European travel to Africa, even if you are ready to kill, maybe you have a gun to shoot them, they will be always smiling with you. They'll say, he didn't see me, but this white man, I want to be his friend, So this is the only barrier that is between us and the white people. And we
understand that, but I'm sorry I cut you too short, but the thing is like, in a way, there is something also missing. How I can say, I can understand like sometimes, if I'm in Africa, like me, the local people, I can understand. But it's like me, I concentrate in even more the one we choose example. A leader when in Africa, when we choosing a leader, we think that, for me, I think that's the aim, that you choose someone who can take you forward. You understand? But as I say, like you say, like the leaders themselves, when they are coming in Europe, you know, like now I give an example direct. I really like this Kwame Nkrumah, this is the pocket money. I book the little, when he was like after the independence, when he used to go in England and USA and meetings. That book I will give it to you. You read it. This one is like 60 centuries. Then you can see centuries. What I'm trying to say, when this man go in Europe, he's not going there to beg. He's not going there to beg them. Like Sekule also, when he go a meeting, he's not going there to beg, or you know, like gold digging, or you understand, or to tell them what is good, what they can like to hear. He is going there to tell them how he gonna rebuild his country, how he gonna take care of his people, how he gonna take care of the resources of the country. That's what when they go there, when they discuss there, they are fighting for their own country. They are not going there begging money. They are not going looking for donation. You understand? So that's why I say in this case, I can understand if you like just particular like a local person who maybe is not that high understanding the political. You understand? But like the leaders should not play that game. They should think like these leaders who take it over, like this, as we used to mention always, like Kwame Nkrumah, Patrice Lumumba, Sankara, and all those. They should learn from those. And if they want to do the right, it's nothing to play like they don't know. Because if a leader come from Africa, go to Europe meeting, what kind of meeting did he went to that country?
Yeah, but let me tell you.
I mean, then also they should learn of those former leaders.
That's right.
I think I think it's the other solution. We have to start. And I think even they know. But these things, I feel like they know, but they don't want to do it. Yeah. So this mentality which can make them, they cannot think and they don't want to do it. That's why I say then we are not going nowhere. Yeah. And not even Jesus can help us if we don't help ourselves. Yeah. Not even Muhammad can help us if we don't help ourselves. Yeah. Even God himself cannot help somebody who don't want to help himself.
Yeah, but yes, Professor, let me just tell you, you know, these people, the knowledge, I'm coming back to the same thing, that the knowledge these people have, the way how they organize. You see, whenever we are starting to do anything, you, the professor, organize how we are going to frame and plan our program. You see, the way you program us here is the same way these people program the whole world. And let me tell you one thing, most of our leaders, if they are opposition, you see what is happening now in Africa. Like this boy, if we say he's the youngest boy, let us use him just because we want to have independent. Let us use him because he doesn't have any knowledge. For example, experience, what I mean by knowledge. So then when you put him in power, you know what will happen? In the next 24 hours, when these people see him, they will say, okay, what is his telephone number? They know his telephone number, they know his mom, they know his father, they know the surrounding. Then what they will do, they will actually call this man before even he became a strong opposition. They will tell him that England is behind you, France is behind you, so anytime you get power, you get into power, don't worry, we will support you. You see, so he is having that in his mind. So whatever he wants to do, if he wants to remain in power, he will just consult them. He say, me, I want to do it, but you know, some people around me, they need some houses to be comfortable, this and that. So there, they will give him money to support those guys around him. Those are the ones that are politicians. For them now, those people to break every wish that Africa is wishing. Wow, now we have a good leader, a young man, this and that. Before you realize, then they have already conquered this guy because he's already corrupt. He has eaten some money and he gave it to his friends around him. So now they have, these ones are in UK. They are the one ruling Ghana because he already talked to them and they support him. And they tell him, don't worry about money. So you see, this is why we cannot just easily escape from them. But the day will come, this individual, the same guy we are talking of, a young man, he will take money from them, he will pretend that he is taking their advice, and then suddenly he will change everybody. He will tell them, listen, these people are staying in UK, we are here in Accra. If we get fire in this city here, those people will never come quickly to help us with this fire. So let's think about each other in order to rule and make our people satisfied so that we can sleep and help each other. But that idea would not come that easily because they are the one that putting the leaders in the positions. Can you imagine in Senegal, they have no fully independent. So how can you imagine that a Senegalese leader will just do whatever for his people? He cannot, because French people are the one having the interest, and they are taking that interest in front of the president and the ministers. They know that this amount you have to take it to France. So this what is happening. Immediately that changes will come by revolution. Somebody who is like Thomas Sankara, you see how they kill them. They kill them by through their own people. Yes, they either if they don't know how to kill them, they will send their own agents. The CIAs will come and look for them and make an accident or whatever problem so that they can eliminate them. So the new one that will come will be their man. This is the problem we have.
You mean?
The next president will come, will be their man, because they will buy him or they will tell him that
He will be the stupid one.
no, okay, let's say he's a stupid one, but he's
But now if you say this can how long, because me you know the problem. I think the problem you saying one day it will come, because when you say like that, you say like a God will bring it. So
no. Let's forget about because
forget about God.
Because we talk about
I think the things where I always concentrating is that I think because this genetic, if it's genetic, why always we never change us. While every leader when he come, they can fool one leader. If a good one come and they fool his people who surrounding him and to eliminate him or whatever. And I think that means that's why I say this genetic, we have to change that attitude. And I think the only way, because we are thinking, everybody is figuring out why always, and then everyone is thinking why, and then how they can change this, because this have been in many years. But me, I think I'm concentrating still. We have to start this loving each other. I think we have to start that, because that for me, everything you cannot start to build the house from the roof. You have to have foundation. That means everything you have to start from like zero. So why I'm trying to say zero, like our country, I always complain. People like it, they cannot understand me. Because I want to try when they say, why, which tribe or why you want coming from? Because why they don't understand, I don't want to, hear that, because I want our mind to go from there. I want our mind to focus that when you see just a black one, especially in your own country, take your mind to start asking which kind of tribe, which kind of this, that, forget about that. I have always said we have to start from crash. We have to start from the family, our own self. We have to start from the Africa in your own country, because they have been dividing your country, so that your little country, at least you have to fix it to be that one to stabilize. What I'm trying to say, that your little country, the population which is there, forget about tribe and start to unite. Because when you unite, you don't need to talk about tribe. Because for me, tribe is fucking shit. I'm sorry for the word, but I don't care. Because why? That always is bringing problem. Because when you bring tribe or you bring religion, my knowledge, that always bringing argue, and in the end you end up with fighting. Because when you bring tribe, it's like, this tribe was better than the other one. This tribe, we was slaving, my tribe was having a slave. and we own you. Do you remember? Then you are talking, you are be there arguing with nonsense things, which you cannot take you nowhere. So that's why I think first we have to start it to the small people, like the local people itself. We have to start first to love each other. As I say again, I don't want to hear this word tribe. I don't care which you tribe, if you are this, if you are the Mandinka example, you are Kula, you are Hausa, you are Yoruba, you are Mandinka, you are Jola, you are Serero, you are Srankule, all this kind of nonsense thing. I don't care. What I care, how we can love each other, we be as one. How we can love each other, we be mother and father. Like when I see you, I don't see you as a Fula or Mandinka or Jola or Yoruba or Srankule or Hausa. I see you just like my brother. When I see a woman, I see her like my sister or my mother. That what the mentality, for me, we have to change that mentality first of all, and then when you see anybody, you know this is my brother. Do you know like this, the Muslim, they say brotherhood. So it's like a brother, everybody is brother. Because it's like you have to be just brothers, sisters, family. If we build the family nations, this united like a family, it's the time we can start to to build yours more. But when we are little group separating, talking nonsense, this tribe is better than the other one. When we are not coming from that mentality, and we stop like always following God, giving in disturbing God all the time. Because if you are good, because like for me, God like praying and all this is in your heart. Because God is inside every person. True. So then I don't even need to think the other one have to show me or take me to God. I have to take myself to God, because if I'm good, I have a good heart, I'm doing good, I'm not manipulating people, I'm not destroying other people, I'm not hating other people, I'm not greedy, I'm not selfish. I give in little things to help others if I can afford. Me, I think if you think that one is not a good person, then I don't know where you can get that good person. See what I'm trying to say? Me, I want to be black, like to take all that kind of small mentality which can confuse us. This confusion, because when we start to love each other, I promise you that one, I know it's very complicated that the African can unite, because we are still being united. Because when you united, no one will come between there.
That's true.
Because you have to think why the white people themselves, they be together, they be strong. Because they unite. Because then why we never learn to know that when you come from Africa, it doesn't matter which country, it doesn't matter which tribe you are. When you come to the white people's country, they don't give a shit if you are Yoruba or if you are Hausa or if you are Mandinka or if you are the Fula. They don't see you like that. They see you just a little African. Sometimes they feel sorry, or sometimes they say, look at this shit, monkey or whatever. They think it is like that. They don't care which tribe. If you come there, I'm tribe and this, I'm from Africa. Who care? They don't care that. True. But when they see black, they come and they hold each other, they unite. Even in Europe, they are scared for that, because they know, hey, this one is too hard to get in. You understand? True. So for me, this is my philosophical thinking. That is how we can change, because I can see that even the leaders, they cannot help us, because every leader come, sooner or later the money come and then he crops. You understand? But me, I think among the small people, when we started to love each other, as I told you, if I meet you, if you do little things, I share, I support you. If I don't support you, I don't want to destroy. But we're doing opposite. If I see a brother starting to build something here, I come, I destroy instead to come. If you say, brother, can you learn me? Maybe me also, I want to do the same thing. You understand? You also, if you are smart, you help me how I can develop, because then tomorrow I cannot come and borrow you money or I disturb you. So this is what it, because yourself you have rule in here a nightclub. The first nightclub example, you are the people who have been starting here, but you know how it ends. And how it ends is among their own people, own black people who come and provoking and fighting and until everything destroyed. But if it was like a white one who opened that nightclub or an Arab one, you know, you come there like you begging them. Because I know it's like by that time, you know, people come, they was asking like a 50 crowns to pay to come to the nightclub. People come here, why I have to pay here? You know, this is my own country. What the fuck? If you go to the Arab restaurant, or I mean club, or you go to the white club, you are there to say that you don't pay.
Exactly.
When you come to them, you even the hat you take it off.
Exactly.
Because you come with respect and you are scared, and even sometimes they come, yeah, you are drunk, but maybe you never drink alcohol. But you see, but you go to your own brother, you are like you know, the king there. Why I should pay? All this I have been talking about. By that time, me, I say, if I come to my own brother, if you open a club or whatever, the way I respect the white club, why I cannot respect the same way to my own brother club?
True.
I always say, I don't even want to go to my brother club if I don't have money. Because if I go into the white club, I'm not there to come there without money. You understand? So then why, if I come to my own brother, why I cannot contribute also? So that tomorrow this one will continue. Maybe next week I can open another one. All this is just to tell you our problem, the unite, we have to start that. Among the small people first, have to unite to be 3, be 4, be 100, be 200, be 2,000, 1 million before you. That like everything at once. Me, this is what the problem first I see. We black people, we are not like each other. This is our problem.
Well, yeah, Professor, you have said all, and then that topic is a very important part of the whole thing. And what I want to say, my last word, which I know we have been discussing, and we come to an end that this night we can call it a Saturday night.
Yes, sir.
And also I want to thank you for having this panel. It's been a very interesting discussion. Well, let's say that we all are winners, because what we have discussed here, we hope our people, listeners, viewers, that will take something and they will learn out of it. Professor, thank you very much for the whole program we have for today.
Yeah, I thank you people also in my side. So I'm so happy, and what makes me so happy, because I hope we need more people, but it's not like our own fault that we don't get people. We have been fighting, we trying. I appreciate a lot with G-Town. I always call him Kwame Nkrumah, because you know why? This is what I'm talking about. This we have to unite to love each other. This one is not like the same country from my country, but we don't even discuss about that. We see as a brothers. We don't want to even to start to mention country. You understand? Because because we have to hold each other. We have to help each other. So like if it was my country people, if it was not like now I meet you, then we are the one who have been starting, build this, because I never have no one from my own country. So for me, all this is give me like even more experience that you don't need to say this country need country, but you need to think like brothers.
Exactly.
So that we don't separate us. Because they did that, but let we now come again together to understand that they are the one who was separating us. So and then we forget about that one, we cancel that one, and then we come now and then hold each other and then be one. Me myself, I'm so happy and I hope this will continue, because I'm sure that this is very important, to wake even the young people's mind. Because as I told you, maybe the leaders, they will never listen, because if we don't change, as we say, if they don't change that, if they don't think what happened before, and now let we do to make Africa be more Africa, and if they don't understand that we choose them as a leaders because we trust them, that they can take us forward for the future, for the young people tomorrow. If the leaders don't understand all that, but let among the local people, the population like we start by ourselves, we start scratch. And I'm so happy I hope that we will continue this and we will get even more people and so that we can be able more to give our own opinions. So, and then Mr. Gitan, if you have something to...
Like what you people said, you people are just so like you are so right about what you people saying, because which is the truth, we have to really look to ourselves as brothers and sisters, because that's the only way we can come together and really help one another, unite and try to do for ourselves, because if we never do that, we will never get a chance to develop and grow as the world we will, as what the future have for us to be, and the other thing too, we have to try to really try to support one another and try to have to trust one another. This is another thing too, we don't really trust one another. Another problem too we have when it comes to us as a people. We always try to when we have, let's say you're in a situation, you always want to go and employ the white man because you don't trust your own people, So how can we even put our own people in business if we don't trust one another, So all those kind of things we gotta stop, and try to trust one another, and try to help one another, and try to do for ourselves, and try to lift up of ourselves as a brother and sister, so we can help our own nation, because especially with the young generation, we gotta really have the knowledge of, the strong black educated people that really have the spirit of Africa, that that pride to say that you are a black man, doesn't matter where you are still African, So don't try to change who you are, Try to be yourself at all times, be proud to be yourself, So I think it's important for our young generation to really know that, so that we can always, learn to share that love and come together and unite. So it's important.
Yeah, let me do like this, unity, man.
Unity.
One love.
Yeah, one love, man.
Our African brothers and sisters for Africa, man.
Yeah.
One love.
One love.
Yes,
All the time.
I used